everyone, and welcome to a very warm Cardinals Stadium for the start of the Section 7 4A tournament. The number 3 seeded Coon Rapids Cardinals hosting the 4 seed Andover Huskies. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro behind home plate, and Howie, a hot afternoon.
Yeah, it really is. We do have a little bit of cloud cover, so hopefully that at least will keep you and I out of the sun and not. Everything is you can see if you see the field, you've got that part of the back part of the infield and the rest of the outfield in sun. So we'll see how the sun here affects the game as this unfolds.
So look at the visiting Huskies. Carson Syke, the right fielder, set to lead off. Peyton Waddell will start out on deck. Nick Dainty behind him. Evan Enquist in the cleanup spot. Andy Grebner, the center fielder, hitting 5th. Nate Gunderson, Gus Rystrom, the pitcher, hitting 7th. Cullen Citrang, his battery partner, right behind him in the order. And Thomas Olson finishing it off for the Andover Huskies.
Now you see Bryce Peterson on the mound for Coon Rapids. Comes in with a 2-3 record and a 2.19 ERA. I was talking to Coach Mossy before the game, and I said, you're going to need a good afternoon out of that young man because they're dealing with a few injuries.
So look at the defense, a large change that we'll explain later. Joe Kopp behind the plate for Peterson. Nick Lockinen and Brock Roloff on the right side of the infield. Jackson Bates is at short. Logan Rothstein at third. Farley in left. Garlick in center. And Logan Severson starting in right field. Swinging strike and back-to-back strikes to get Sykes behind in the count 0-2.
Syke steps to the plate, hitting .323 on the season, one of the leading hitters for this club.
Kopp climbing the ladder on him with a fastball. Sykes all go at the pitcher on the eyes, and it's a quick 3-pitch strikeout to start the game.
And again, you'll see that pitch up in the zone, but Syke was liked what he saw because it was right down the heart of the plate, just a little high. But a nice start.
That one right at the letters, and Waddell watches one.
Nice start so far for Peterson.
Went up high, and Waddell confused, and now he's behind 0-2.
I think pitchers like this hot weather. They get into a rhythm.
And at 6 pitches in, he's got 2 swinging strikeouts. How's that for a start?
It's efficient.
Now batting for the Huskies, number 7, the shortstop, Nick Dainty.
See the pitch again, a swing and a miss. That same pitch that got Syke.
That was also the second pitch to him. They kind of spun him around up high around the shoulders. This one hit back up the middle on a bounce. Bates fields, throws, plenty of time. And a nice start for Bryce Peterson and the Cardinals in the top of the first. We'll take a break. Their first chance at the dish when we return. You're watching CTN's coverage of Section 7 4A baseball.
Completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma. I have a mentor, and she convinced me to continue my education.
No one receives a diploma alone.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, go get it. You can do it.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
There's a look at the playoff brackets. Blaine, the number 1 seed, did play their game last night and beat Cambridge Isani 6-0. And Anoka, the number 3 seed, also keeping their game going and blowing past St. Francis 11-zip. And now Coon Rapids and Andover, winner goes to Blaine. And loser will stay alive for a second round to be determined by, of course, the outcome of these last couple of games. The look at the Cardinals as they come to the plate. Logan Severson, the right fielder, a last-minute decision as to where exactly he'd be in the lineup, and he'll be leading it off and playing in right field. Bryce Peterson, the pitcher, hitting second. Nick Lockinen is playing first base and hitting 3. Braden Farley, the left fielder, in the cleanup spot. Jackson Bates, the shortstop. And then Ryan Garlick, Xander Parr, a couple of sophomores. Brock Roloff, the starter at second base, hitting 8th. And Logan Rotzine is in the hot corner.
There you have a look
and
at
hitting 9th.
The Andover pitcher, Gus Rystrom, comes in with a 1-1 record and a 2.69 earned run average.
Well, he's got a tough act to follow.
He does.
A very nice start for Bryce Peterson. As a look at the defense for Andover, Carson Sykes, Andy Grebner, and Peyton Waddell patrol the outfield grass right to left. Evan Enquist is at first. Nate Gunderson, the third baseman. Middle of the infield is Nick Daney at short and Thomas Olson at second. Cullen Citrang behind the plate. Calling the pitches again for Gus Rystrom.
Logan Severson's hitting .214 as he steps to the plate. And an opportunity for him leading off to see, and home field here is certainly advantage. See if he can get this offense sparked early in this game.
Fastball right at the letters. Rystrom came out and challenged. And he gets ahead on Severson, 0-1. This one slapped toward right field. It's going to be a tough play, and dropping perfectly between second baseman Olson and Carson Sykes in deep right. It's a leadoff single for Logan Severson.
Yeah, and that's just the way the Cardinals wanted to start. Just a bloop over Thomas Olson's head. No opportunity, as you mentioned, for Syke to come in from right field and grab that ball, and it finds the green.
And the big hit for the Cardinals, again, we talked about Joe Kopp behind the plate. Kirby Pierre's been the starter behind the plate all season long and the leadoff man, but recently diagnosed with an injury to his back. He's out of the lineup. And again, Severson comes in and fills off that lead-up spot nicely. And top half of this inning, Joe Kopp called a nice inning, and the Cardinals got out of it quickly. Peterson thought about it, takes it on the outside edge, and it's 1-1.
Peterson hitting .333. And Joe, not only do they lose that defense behind the plate.
Oh, it is 0-2.
They also lose their top hitter. He's hitting .353.
Check the runner, and they got him. Severson too far off the bag. Gets picked off as Peterson sits with an 0-2 count at the plate.
And what a big opportunity for Andover here.
Huge pickoff move by Rystrom.
Yeah, he had no shot getting back.
Oh,
I think he's back at the bag.
I think easily. I think easily.
Yeah.
That tag didn't get him until mid-chest. Peterson protects a pitch up around the shoulders, fouls it back. It'll stay 0-2.
And we didn't argue that call at all. But that's...
Curveball grounded weakly to the right side. Elmquist scoops. The toss was behind Rystrom. He's not able to reel it in. And Peterson will beat it out and replace Severson at first.
Pinch running for the Cardinals, number 4, Jack Arndt. And now batting for the Cardinals,
Jack Arndt,
first baseman, number 27.
the courtesy run over at the bag at first.
First baseman Nick Lockinen will step to the plate.
Hitting .265. Like to keep this going here with one away.
And one misses down and in. First miss of the inning for Gus Rystrom, who after giving up a leadoff hit, got the pickoff, and then an error in the infield means 1 out and 1 on for a strong hitter in Nick Lockett. 2-0, and he's got to bring him something.
Well, the one thing Andover would like to avoid is a run-scoring inning for Coon Rapids here in the bottom of the first. Cardinals obviously would like to set the trend, the tone of this game by opening up a lead.
Fastball misses in, 3-0. And that's going to be ball 4, a 4-pitch walk after the error. And there's 2 on with 1 out for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it brings up Braden Farley, who's actually started slow a little bit this season. Didn't started the season as a starter, and but he's been able to hit the ball well, hitting .312 as he steps to the plate.
And a big spot here in the home half of the first inning of section playoff game number 1. And Rystrom struggling. That's 5 pitches out of the zone after the error allowed Peterson to reach. This one fouled off. May stay in play. No, it won't.
Just over the fence.
1-1.
Enquist made an effort for it.
Fastball hit well toward the gap in right center. Arndt will round. He will score easily. Lockinen lumbering, waving him home is Mossy. The throw will come through. It is not in time. A 2-run double for Braden Farley starts the scoring in this section tournament game.
Yeah, Coach Mossy is just waving him home on that play, and you call him he was lumbering. He was lumbering around third.
And I thought actually that Satrang had a play on him.
I did as well.
At the plate and neglected to try and make the attempt once the throw came through.
But let's talk about that base hit by Farley. He just drilled that to the wall in right center field. A couple RBIs. That's 5 now in the season for him.
Good way to come back. Jackson Bates starts with a strike.
Bates hitting .250 on the season. And he's another bat, Joe, in the lineup that the Cardinals would like to see this, obviously at this time of year section, to get his bat going a little bit more. Solid defender.
That one right down the middle, belt high from Rystrom. And it gets him ahead and they count 0-2. 1 out, a runner at second base. Cardinals a couple of hits, a walk, an error. 2 runs across. But a big 0-2 pitch right here from Rystrom. Grounded left side, in on it, and it hit the runner. And you can't let that happen in the base paths as the lead run. Running mistake by Braden Farley. He is out. Bates will replace him at first.
And that's a big out for Andover, because it gets that lead runner.
And a big second out, and now you move that runner out of scoring position.
You'll see it again. He tried to get out of the way, hit his heel on his right foot.
So there are 2 outs coming on. Pitches in 1-2.
Garlic hitting .265, and we've seen him in big spots get some base wraps, looking to try and keep this inning moving with a 2-run lead for the Cardinals.
0-2 pitch, foul back out of play. This would be a big out right here for Rystrom. Runner is going. Pitch fouled off and out of play. Hit well by Garlic, but well to the right. This one grounded back up the middle. Olsen waits on it, throws in plenty of time to get the speedy Garlic. And they get out a little bit of a jam, but the Cardinals score two and have a 2-0 lead going to the second inning.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Back at the ballpark, a good inning for the Cardinals. Gets them a two-run lead. This one rolled right side. Easy scoop for Lackinen. Steps on the base for out number one. One pitch, one out.
Yeah, the way you certainly want to start the inning here with a quick pitch, quick out.
Now batting for Andover, the center fielder, number 26, Andy.
An error in the inning, and I'm not even sure what to rule how Jackson Bates reached in his first at bat. I would imagine it's fielder's choice.
I think that's
or
what
runner interference.
No, I'd probably more so runner interference, I would imagine. Grebner hitting 271 as he steps to the plate.
Well, I believe he, by default, would reach on a fielder's choice because of the runner's interference, but I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it's 0 for 1 for him. 2 hits in the inning for the Cardinals, 1 walk. Big swing and miss. And after Enquist is a 1-pitch out, Grebner is done quickly as well. Third strikeout of the ball game already in 5 batters for Bryce Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson's feeling it here early on. He's able to keep the pitch within the zone. We've seen a couple of Andover hitters hit some high pitches up in, but or swing at them, I should say.
Quickly 2 down for Nate Gunderson. Looks at one high and away, 1-0.
Gunderson hitting 294 with 2 quick outs here in the field for Coon Rapids.
Nice off-speed pitch. Froze Gunderson inside part of the plate, evens the count, 1-1.
So head coach
swinging strike puts Gunderson behind 1-2.
You saw head coach Adam Deneke there, third baseline.
Pitch just misses high, and Peterson pushing the pace on the pitching mound. 2-2 pitch, swinging strike 3. And another quick inning for Bryce Peterson. Cardinals back at the plate with a 2-0 lead at the bottom of the second after this on CTN.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch. Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Back at the Cardinals Stadium, Coon Rapids a 2-0 lead as we start the bottom half of the second inning.
A nice start to the plate in the bottom half of the first, and a nice couple innings so far for Bryce Peterson on the mound. He's been in control. Went to a 3-2 count once.
Well, just a weird top half of the first. A single. The runners picked off with an 0-2 count on batter number 2. Batter number 2 grounds to second, or grounds to first. An error puts him on base. Then a walk and a 2-run double. And then their second out came by way of the runner interference. And then Garlick a ground out to finish it. So 2 hits. So the Cardinals take advantage of an error in a tough play. Pretty easy ground ball in the first pitch of the second inning, however. And Parr is done on the 4-3 put-up.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the second baseman, number 8, Brock
Roloff. Injured during tryouts. And took a long time getting back into the order, but able to do so over the last couple of weeks of the regular season. He gets the start in the section tournament, hitting 8th. And a fastball inside from Rystrom.
Yeah, and he's hitting 235 as he steps to the plate.
Now missing low, and it's 2-0.
And then good patience at the plate by Roloff as he's just making sure that ball, saw that ball low in the zone, wasn't going to offer.
And now up high, 3-0. And definitely want to force Rystrom. They remember after the error, he had a tough time finding the zone. He threw a lot of pitches in that first inning, more pitches in the first inning than Peterson has thrown through the first 2. 3-0 pitch, and Roloff taking all the way, and Rystrom able to put it in there and keep this bat alive. 3-1.
Yeah, he wasn't going to swing at that pitch. He just wanted to force it to him.
Fastball right there. Challenge pitch from Rystrom, and trying to battle all the way back. Roloff grounds it left side. 2 hops to Daney. The throw is in the dirt. Great scoop, though, by Elmquist for out number 2.
Yeah, again, that throw a little bit low, forcing that Elmquist to make that scoop, but just a fine play.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the third baseman, number 6, Logan Rhodesy.
By the way, a lot of the pitches he threw to Brock Roloff that were high would be downright over the head of the next batter, Logan Rhodesy, rounding out the order. And that one was up around the chin instead of the shoulders, where he was missing a Roloff.
Well, there's always value in that small strike zone.
When you put a taller kid like Brock in front of him, makes it challenging for a pitcher to be certain. Rhodesy takes a pitch for a strike at the knees to even the count. A speed pitch fouled away out of play. And Rystrom, a strike away from getting out of the second inning quickly after the tough start in inning number 1 for the Huskies.
Yeah, that's exactly what he wants, so they can get back to the plate and try and get back into this game. Still obviously early, just a 2-0 deficit.
This one down the line, just foul. Just spun foul. If that pitch stays fair another 20 feet and spins, that might even be 2. curveball, and it's a good one. Rystrom absolutely froze him for strike 3. In a 1-2-3 inning for the Huskies, we go to the third. It's Coon Rapids 2, Andover 0. You're watching Section 7 4A Baseball on CTN.
145 over 92.
180 over 111. I had a heart attack, a cardiac arrest, and then a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a heart attack or stroke are far from invisible or silent. Get back on your plan or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Did you know you can report problems to the city with your smartphone? Download the Coon Rapids app. The Report It feature allows you to describe the problem, snap a photo, and submit it directly to the city work order system. It's an easy way to report a pothole, broken street light, or other neighborhood concern. No smartphone? Then hop online and report your concern through the city's website. City maintenance problems solved the easy way. Coon Rapids Report It.
Great start so far for Bryce Peterson. How he talked about it at the beginning of the game. Need a strong start from him. Wow, a nice play. Here, he's got 4 strikeouts. Throwing just 17 pitches through the first 2 innings, and he gets another first pitch out to start the third. Gus Rystrom grounding out to second.
The catcher number 2, Cullen Sastrag.
I believe he actually grounded to short. He's busy watching the strikeouts and the great start for Bryce Peterson. Okay, it was Jackson Bates with the play. This one a slow roller up the middle, charging his roll off. The throw is there. Great stretch and scoop by Nick Lackadin. And 3 pitches to get the first 2 out here in the third.
With the rain that we had here, it looks like the infield was just mowed. Might run a little bit slow, but a nice play just to get it over there, make sure they got that out. Roll off coming in.
This one fouled back, out of play, long way. Number 9 hitter Thomas Olson. This one fouled back, out of play.
Yeah, the longer Peterson continues in this groove, and he doesn't look like he's getting out of it anytime soon, the tougher it's going to be for these Andover hitters.
Down in the dirt, great scoop by Kopp behind the plate. But Peterson definitely with plenty pitches to waste. This one hit high to center. Back on it is Garlick. Plenty of time to settle underneath it for out number 3. Andover retired in order again. Coon Rapids, another chance to hit in the bottom of the third. That's next on CTN.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope we
bad
don't
day
have another
at
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ache than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
Section 7 4A first round action Coon Rapids, a quick start with 2 in the top of the first. And since then, the pitchers have taken care of business.
They really have. And the Cardinals, certainly with Peterson pitching the way he is early on, will continue to try and get things going at the plate, but to get a couple of runs early puts a lot of pressure on Andover.
Rystrom started, Severson started the first inning with a leadoff single. Just slapping one out to short right field, but was then picked off 2 pitches later by Gus Rystrom.
And that was a big out.
Rystrom starts him with a strike. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Nice stop at the chest of Cullen Satrang. It's 1-1. First time we saw these two teams this season, Andover had a big lead. Coon Rapids came back with 4 runs in the top of the 6th inning and went on to win it with a 5-run 9th inning. This throw in time, good stretch by Enquist. Severson is out at short.
We've seen Enquist make a couple of nice plays at the bag at first, having to stretch one stretch, and then he dug a ball out of the dirt.
The pitcher number 23, Bryce Peterson.
Bryce Peterson, a slow roller to the right side, ends up being an E3 as he tossed it behind the pitcher, Rystrom covering. This one high chopper to that side. Similar situation this time. Enquist will just jog over and beat Peterson to the bag for out number 2.
Yeah, it's tough with that left-handed hitter going down the line and Rystrom coming off the mound. That Enquist felt best. It's that thinks he can beat him in a foot race to the bag rather than trying to deliver the ball.
Well, and the exchange didn't go so well last time.
No.
Nick Locken in a walk and scored from first on the double by Farley. And he looks at a pitch for a strike at the letters, 0-1. Great pitch right there. And locking in. Lets it go by, falls behind in the count, 0-2.
And both those pitches, probably, certainly the second one for sure, he would love to have back an opportunity to swing the bat at.
This one off the handle, back and out of play. It'll stay 0-2. Not an easy take for Locken in right there. 0-2. Tried to tempt him just off the outside edge. But Rystrom's got some room to play with here. Still up in the count, 1-2. Leaves it high again, 2-2.
Oh, we saw him get in a little bit of trouble in that first inning. Not able to find the zone. With 2 outs, does not want to lose him in this situation.
Got a piece of it, but the squeeze by Satrang ends the 3rd inning. We go to the 4th. Andover trailing Coon Rapids 2-0. You're watching CTN's coverage of Section 7 4A baseball.
The Coon Rapids Recycling Center can help you recycle all of your old appliances and electronics. From your old refrigerator to washers and dryers, we can help you recycle your appliances and keep them out of the waste stream, which is required by state law. When it comes to electronics, some fees may apply. Check our website for more details. The Coon Rapids Recycling Center, helping you recycle even more.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hot afternoon after this game was postponed from yesterday because it was soggy after a mid-afternoon soaking rain. We woke up to some of the worst fog I have seen in years.
I thought it was in London. It was so foggy this morning.
1-0 pitch, grounded to the right side. Locking in Scoops. He will win the race and get the outs as he slides in safely ahead of Sykes.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't jam that foot into the bag because he wasn't going to get it to Peterson in time to get the out. So he had no choice but to take it to him by himself. But a good play nonetheless by Lockinen.
Peyton Waddell swinging at a high strike to start out 0-1.
But you talked about it, Peterson working quickly here.
This one fouled off into the netting over the Cardinal dugout. It's 0-2. Well, and really his counterpart, Gus Rystrom, despite the 2 runs, has thrown a pretty solid game. 21 pitches in that first inning, but only 22 in innings 2 and 3 combined, and he is now retired 7 in a row. This one fouled back, and at least Waddell going to get his money's worth out of this plate appearance.
Well, again, just being smart, protecting the plate, making sure he gets a piece of the baseball, keep his at-bat alive.
Gets him to chase the off-speed stuff up high. Maybe a little bit outside as well. It's strikeout number 5. Second time Waddell has gone down swinging. And Nick Dainty will come up trying to get the Huskies their first base runner of the ballgame.
Yeah, and the Husky hitters so far, really committing and going after that high fastball, missing.
This one skied, will stay in play right side, locking in over. No, it is going to get just over and out of play. And fortunately, not catching anybody by surprise. It's 0-1.
That stayed up there a little while. Got opportunity for the fans to at least figure out where that ball was. A nice turnout, nice fan base here at Ken Sundstrom.
Oh, it just misses 1-1. This one fouled back by Daney. It's 1-2. And wow, did he chase that one. He just threw his bat on it. He's just trying to stay alive.
I'm surprised he went after that one.
That one was way up and outside. And great for Peterson. He knows the batter now is a little bit scared. And he can throw something down and in. Instead, let her high, and it's ripped to the right side, just out of the reach of Roloff. And a 2-out single for Nick Daney, first base runner of the ball game for Andover. 11 straight batters, perfect to start the ball game for Bryce Peterson.
And Roloff tried to track that ball as he's coming back from his second base position, but
off the bat, I thought that was hit a lot harder.
I did as well. And then it looked like he may have an opportunity. We'll
misses high and wide to Evan Enquist.
Now, this is our first opportunity, obviously, to see Joe Kopp behind the plate, but now first opportunity with a runner on base.
Good pitch right there from Bryce Peterson. Runner is going, pitches a swinging strike up high. Throw is not in time, and a stolen base for Nick Dainty gets him in a scoring position.
Dainty got a nice jump off that pitch too, and would have been a tough out. But
1-2. to the batter more importantly.
Well, yeah, it looks just to make the base runner inconsequential at this point, just to go after the batter.
This one hit well to left center. It's going to drop. Dainty will round. He's coming to the plate. This one will be nowhere near in time. An RBI single for Enquist cuts the lead in half. 2-1.
Yeah, just a nice job. Nice base hit there with 2 away. And Andover, again, we talked about it, that both pitchers pitching well. They just want to stay close in this one. Their last game went extra innings, and Cardinals won 12-8, 12-7.
It's a big breakthrough for your 3-4 guys to break up an opposing pitcher's hot start. Second time through the order, single, run across with a stolen base in between. Andy Grebner trying to keep it going. Looks at a fastball on the outside edge, 0-1. Chase Enquist back to the base. He retreats in plenty of time. One pitch, misses low, 2-1.
Pearson trying to go after him and keep it low. Maybe get him, if he's going to make some contact, get him to hit something on the ground. Let your defense do some work.
That fastball got him swinging. He's got a lot of swinging strikes that pitches up out of the zone high, but both hits for the Huskies have come on fastballs at the letters that the Huskies have got around on. This one back and foul to the screen as Enquist was off with the pitch. Well, hit and run with the tying run at first, but 2 away here in the top of the 4th. 1 run already across, back-to-back 2-out singles. And Andy Grebner trying to keep the 2-out rally going, but he'll take a second here for a couple extra swings. Pitch is down in the dirt. Kopp won't even throw. It was actually a great stop by Kopp behind the plate.
Yeah, really.
Because Enquist was off with the pitch. It would be, on a perfect pitch, it would have been a tough play for the catcher to make. Instead, that just missed. Groan from the Cardinal fans, but
well, and this is all coming with 2 away. So Andover's got to be pretty pleased with this opportunity here. 2 away, runners at first and second, looking to see if they can, at minimum, tie it up.
Talking about a pitcher that got the first 11 outs with 30 pitches. Think about that. First 30 outs on, or first 11 outs on 30 pitches.
It's impressive.
This one down in the dirt, skips away this time all the way to the backstop. And under a little bit of pressure, some cracks for the Cardinals, and now the go-ahead run, or in scoring position, the tying run 90 feet away.
Well, again, Peterson just really can't worry about the base runners behind him. This has to concentrate on the hitter.
Called strike. It's a big one. He needs to get out of the inning. Off-speed pitch is inside. Nice stop by Kopp. He makes a look down to Rotzine at third. Count is even, 2-2 to Nate Gunderson. Missing low and a full count.
Oh, now he's a pitch away from loading him up.
Back-to-back hits, a walk, couple of wild pitches, and a tight spot for the Cardinals here in the 4th. Off-speed pitch, got him swinging. That strikeout number 6. The Cardinals keep the lead as they head to the dugout for the middle of the 4th. It's Coon Rapids 2, Andover 1. You're watching Section 7 4A Baseball on CTN.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Cardinals able to jump on the lead. A 2-run double for Braden Farley in the first, locking and scoring all the way from first base. And Bryce Peterson, an outstanding start. 30 pitches to get 11 perfect outs. But then Andover found a way. A couple of doubles, or a couple of singles, would score a run in the top of the fourth. They were threatening. They had the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second after 3 straight reach with 2 outs in the top half of the fourth. But a big, huge strikeout. Number 6 of the game for Bryce Peterson to get him out of that jam, leave those 2 runners in scoring position, and keep the Cardinals in the lead 2-1.
Yeah, and Andover, to their credit, they were able to cut that lead in half, and that's what they wanted to do, is just chip away at it. You know, you come in facing a 2-0 deficit. It's a team that they can hit well, has that opportunity, and especially when you're up the plate against a pitcher like Peterson, who had been hot from the get-go, and then kind of, I don't want to say fell apart, but lost a little control there in the top of the fourth.
Well, and Rystrom struggled a little bit, but it had a couple of weird bounces. The error and the runner interference actually probably helped him out a bit. But he's been very strong the last couple of innings, and now his team goes out and cuts that lead in half. He's retired 7 in a row and faces Farley, who had the run-scoring hit for the Cardinals in the first. He was also the one to get hit by the ball in play for the second out of the inning. Keeps that one on his shoulder. The pitch down in the dirt, 1-0.
Yeah, that ball doesn't hit him. The Cardinals have an opportunity. It may be 3 now, 3-1, but 3-0 at the time, as he was heading to third.
This one hit well to center, back and now coming in and drifting to his right is Grebner. He will make the catch for out number 1.
I gave that pitch a ride, but to the deepest part of center field, and Grebner able to make a nice play on the ball.
Jackson Bates did not have a single. He reached on the runner interference. He hit the ball toward the left side that it looked like Danny would have a good play on. It should have been an out. Either way, it would have been, I think, out number 2 over at first base instead of and moving that runner over to third, but not the way it worked out. Good curveball, fouled back by Bates, 0-2. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2. As I said, this guy's been very strong since the first inning.
Well, he didn't
throwing a lot of strikes and keeping his pitch count very low. He threw again fewer pitches, or 1 more pitch in innings 2 and 3 combined over his first inning.
Oh, nice
Great
pitch.
Curveball right there, and third strikeout of the game for Gus Rystrom.
Bates, he didn't agree with it, but that was a pretty pitch.
And he's frozen a couple of Cardinals with the hook. Ryan Garlick battled up there, fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches, ended up grounding out to short. First pitch swinging right back through the box, skips in the dirt and easily to the outfield. Big turn for Garlick, but No chance outside of a solid 2-out single.
Yeah, solid. Cut that ball in half, putting it right back up the box. Nothing Andover defensively could do about that, and that's a nice piece of hitting by Ryan Garlick.
Xander Parr also grounding out on the right side of the infield his first time up, now with a runner at first. 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Coon Rapids leading 2-1. Bates back in plenty of time, but we've seen Rystrom already successful with the pickoff. That back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, and Cardinals are aggressive base runners. We've talked about that all year long, and you know that Andover knows that as well, so they want to keep the runners close to the bag.
Xander Parr hits softly to center. It'll drop in front of Grebner. No chance for him to make a play, and back-to-back 2-out singles in the back half of the order, trying to make something happen with 2 out.
Trying to repeat what Andover did. Andover able to get a run with 2 away. Cardinals trying to do the same here. Keep this inning alive.
Brock Roloff trying to keep this 2-out rally going. A lot of room on the right side of the infield. Hit right back up the middle. Fielded behind the base by Olsen, and he tags the bag for the 3rd out. 2-out rally is stunted. It's a 2-1 game as we head to the 5th inning. You're watching Section 7 Baseball on CTN.
Meals on Wheels gives me a chance to be totally selfless. More than the food itself, a lot of seniors don't have family. So just to have someone to talk to, just to say, hey, how was your day? That means so much more than a meal could ever mean. We have to look outside of ourselves to be that lifeline to other people. It's worth it.
Shorts and shades. The dress code for the ballpark on a sunny afternoon.
Yeah, it's warm, but
late May.
Got a little breeze, Joe. Got a little breeze blowing here. A little bit keeps us relatively cool. Plus your big giant umbrella.
It makes a difference.
It does.
Bottom third of the order for the Huskies here in the top half of the 5th inning. Gus Rystrom ground out to shortstop first time up.
And from pitcher to pitcher, Rystrom obviously would like to try and get something going here in the top of the 5th.
Got fooled a little bit on the speed there. And it's 2-1. Last 3 batters of the bottom half of the inning were 3 pitches for Rystrom. Single, single, and then the ground out. After getting a quick couple outs to start. Calls time. Now digs back in. He's got the advantage here. 2-2. Foul back. Well, after the struggles with the getting that 3rd out, pitch outside, and it's a full count. Peterson got the first 2 outs of the 4th inning on 6 pitches. It took him 22 to get the final out of the inning.
Yeah, he lost the zone a little bit there in that inning, trying to find it here again in 5.
This one up high, ball 4.
Not the way you wanted to start the 5th inning here, putting their leadoff hitter on with a free pass.
Just the second walk allowed. A couple of hits, though, for Andover. It started that 2-out rally. Could have been worse. They left 2 in scoring position.
Now batting for the Huskies, the catcher number 2, Cullen.
Max Lindstrom is the courtesy runner over at the bag at first for the Huskies.
They chase Lindstrom back. He's there in plenty of time. Cullen Citrang, a ground ball to second. His only plate appearance thus far in the 3rd inning. This one long play, but made strongly by Rotzine to record the out. Do get Lindstrom over to second base.
Yeah, no other opportunity for Rotzine other than to go to the bag at first. But
he had to charge a long way. This one just very short, died in the grass, charged nicely, and not an easy throw, but he made it look that way. To get Citrang for out number 1, Thomas Olson. Fly ball to center field in the 3rd. Now with a runner at second and 1 out. And he lines it into center, this time falling in front of Garlick. Garlick will get it in quickly, right to the plate, and not quite in time. And an RBI single for Thomas Olson will tie the ball game. Great production from the bottom part of your order.
Yeah, you get that opportunity there. Just a solid base ramp, just one away.
Get the walk, move it with a ground out, then get a single to score. And it's 2-2 here, top of 5.
Throw just behind the runner.
He's the right fielder, number 24, Carson Syke.
Back to the top of the order. Carson Syke would love to do something from the leadoff spot. A strikeout and a ground out to first. His first 2 times facing Bryce Peterson.
Oh, we've seen Andover be aggressive on the base pass as well. So that time Peterson's going to throw over to the bag to keep Olson, try and keep Olson close.
Speed pitch catches Sykes watching all the way, 0-1. Again, both ball clubs just making it a little easier for the pitchers to be efficient because they are being aggressive at the plate. Both teams, not a lot of at-bats that have gone deep in the order. Swinging strike. This throw is in time. The sweep tag by Jackson Bates. A great gun from Joe Kopp to get a big second out.
Yeah, solid throw by Kopp. Had plenty on it, no opportunity
right
for
where
Olson
it
to steal
needed
that
to
bag.
be.
Yep.
First base side of the bag. Jackson catches it in stride. Sweeps the tag nicely.
Solid
and Olson is out. Oof. Didn't miss by much, but Sykes, a good eye at the plate, able to lay off, attempting one just down and away. 2-2 now. Peterson comes back with a fastball, hit weakly towards second. Roll off scoops, throws to Laakkonen for out number 3, but Andover strikes again, and we have a tie ball game midway through the 5th. You're watching Section 7 4A baseball on CTN.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking?
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
I live in New Hope, but I can't get it.
So Andover able to even things up in the top half of the 5th inning. The Cardinals an opportunity to respond after taking that 2-0 lead in the first.
Early on, the momentum was in Coon Rapids' favor, but Andover has done a nice job of getting back into this game. And again, Rystrom's done a nice job from the mound limiting what the Cardinals do at the plate.
Just 31 pitches over the last 2 innings. And really, again, just 9 pitches in the 4th inning, 8 of them for strikes. 10 pitches in the 3rd inning, 7 of them for strikes. 12 pitches in the 2nd inning, 8 of them for strikes.
That's efficient.
The third baseman, number 6, Logan.
There's Kurt Walrath is here at the game and no longer the athletic director, activities
Stepping
director.
down, and we are sorry to hear that. He has been tremendous in his 1 year.
What a great guy.
As far as our ability to work with the man in that position or woman, should they so choose. Rotzine, high fly ball hanging up a long time for Sykes. And again, just 1 pitch.
Yeah, if you can continue to do that, that's efficient. You're gonna go the full 7.
Well, the last 3 batters of the 4th inning were 3 pitches, 2 singles, Ryan Garlick and Xander Parr, and then a ground out by Roloff, and now 4 batters and 4 pitches. Really, this last 5 pitches have been thrown to 5 different batters. Top of the order, Rotzine singled in the 1st, or Severson rather. They put Logan and Logan right back to back in the order as you rotate. Just to throw me off and test me, and I fail. Severson looks at strike 2 and quickly ahead in the count 0-2 as Gus Rystrom doesn't, another thing that assists that efficiency is throwing lots and lots of strikes.
Yes, and which he has been doing.
This one chopped, high hop, long wait for Dainty, comes onto it, throws over in time, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, we talked about this infield grass. Even though it was mowed, I think still a little bit slow here from the rain that they had. And your infielders, you have to make that throw quickly.
Bryce Peterson reached on an error. Later, his runner was able to score one of the 2 runs for the Cardinals. Grounded out to first his last time up. That pitch is high, ball 1.
Yeah, and Rystrom, during that 1st inning, looked very frustrated, but he didn't let that get to him. He just settled down after that, and he's been so efficient and so solid for the Huskies.
2-0. Over the last 2 2/3 innings there, or 3 2/3 innings, there haven't been a lot of at-bats that have gone past 5 pitches. So
that's a good way to save your bullpen.
Especially coming into the playoffs when pitching depth means so much. First game of double elimination tournament again. Coon Rapids coming from behind to win an extra inning games the one time they faced one another this season. Andover actually a little bit better record.
Yep, 10
but
and 10.
Lose the head-to-head matchup for the 3-4 spot. Thus the home game for the Cardinals, and that's a big base hit for Peterson with 2 away here in the 5th.
Yeah, very solid piece of hitting, and again with 2 away. Cardinals, we saw the Cardinals threaten but not score. Looking to do the same here.
Number 27, Nick Lockinen.
Solid base wrap up the middle.
That's all you got to do. Hit it where they ain't.
We're seeing Jack Arndt again as the courtesy runner for Coon Rapids.
Nick Lockinen.
Well, if he knocks one in, you can call him Nick Knockelin.
Nick Lockinen looked at 4 straight pitches, earned a 4-pitch walk, and then scored all the way from first. Great hustle. Runner is off. Throw is there. Tag is not in time, and Art just barely beats out a pretty good throw from Cullen Citrang.
He really
Low,
did.
Right in front of the base. Dainty just not able to get the tag on. And a great stolen base for Jack Arndt.
That's the second stolen base of the season for Arndt. And it comes at a big time here in a section game. As just a solid slide. You can see, made the right call, just couldn't get that tag in.
Strong hitter at the plate. Only 1 out and a runner at first or second. 2 out.
2 out.
Apologize. Another one missing high, and it's 3-0.
Now that's patience at the plate for DeLocke and just to hold off on that one. It was up in the zone.
I talked about it. Not a lot of pitches have gone beyond 5. I had to say that because he has gone at least 4. Now all 3 of his at-bats. This one, another 4-pitch walk.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the left fielder, number 16, Braden Farley.
Braden Farley jumped all over a 1-1 pitch back in the first inning, scored 2 runs. And the Cardinals' 2-0 lead held until the top half of this inning. The Huskies came back to tie. Dainty, the runner at second. Locking it over at first. Curveball in the dirt, nicely knocked down. The throw behind the runner. And whoa, he almost got him. Another good throw from Citrang.
Aaron had to be, I was careful there because that was a close play at the bag.
Might have got that foot. This one chopped high over Rydstrom. And an easy play for Olsen to just field it right there and step on the bag and end the threat. We have a tie ball game going to the 6th. You're watching Section 7 4A baseball on CTN.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes. I mean,
Right?
like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know?
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did
Bye-bye. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Back at the ballpark. Tight one. Coon Rapids jumped out to the 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning. A run each in the 4th and 5th for the Huskies has this game tied into the late innings. Both pitchers have been really strong, especially for stretches.
Well, the Cardinals out.
Second time through the order, though, the Huskies definitely found better success against Bryce Peterson.
Yeah, they did. They did. And, you know, we also saw Rydstrom there in that last inning. Cardinals with the opportunity with a couple of outs. They just they couldn't get a run home, but they were threatening again.
Waddell, strikeout victim twice. That's the first time he has looked and gotten ahead in the count. And that pitch or throw is behind the pitcher trying to cover, and similar to the error on the Huskies in the first. This one will give Andover a leadoff runner here in the sixth.
Yeah, that a good throw would have gotten the hitter.
Got to toss it to the base, let the pitcher run on.
Yep.
And now Nick Dainty, 1 for 2, singled, stole a base, and scored a run.
Christian Lindblom, the courtesy runner this time for the Huskies.
This one hit well toward center on one hop to Garlick. He'll get it in quickly. They'll skip away from Bates, but Lindbergh is already stopped at second.
Matt Mossy's going to take a walk to the mound.
Lindblom is in the midst of writing it, as we saw another one pitch at bat.
Oh, that's a solid base wrap there, too, by Dainty.
2 base runners, just 3 pitches into the 6th inning for Andover.
That's a 2 on and nobody out. Tough situation now for the Cardinals. Hopefully the walk to the mound settled Peterson down a little bit.
Well, Peterson was perfect through 11 batters. In the 10 since, 7 base runners for Andover. Misses down and away, 1-0. Nice stop behind the plate by Kopp. 2 runners in scoring position. A couple of wild pitches, part of that 4th inning for Peterson. That
and he's lost that ability with that control to keep that pitch low and in the zone. Get a little bit too much in the dirt, down the dirt. That one outside.
Well, now 3-0. In danger of loading him up with nobody out here in the 6th on the recently tied game. Enquist like a statue on that 3-0 pitch.
Yep, he's not going after that one.
Speed pitch. Foul down the left field line, and no chance for anybody to get to that one. And it's a full count. Peterson trying to battle all the way back here. With 2 on, nobody out. Lindblom, the lead runner, Dainty at first. He'll bring the full count pitch to Enquist. Skied back and out of play.
Yeah, this is an important batter for Peterson. You'd like to see, I mean, he's got to be careful here at 3-2.
This one hit hard but foul, out of play. Maybe don't want to give him that one again.
I know.
That would be worse than a walk if he straightened that one out.
Because he did get a hold of it, obviously, but not in the field of play.
This one skied high left side. Coming in on it is Farley. Makes the catch, and that's a big out for the Cardinals after Peterson fell behind 3-0.
Yeah, huge out. And Farley doing a nice job of coming in from left field and on the run and making that catch.
Andy Grebner, a strikeout and a walk of 2 times he's been in. Now with 2 on and 1 away. High fly, even shorter left field. Going back on it is Bates. He'll make the catch in short left field from his shortstop position, and that is 2 big outs on back-to-back pitches.
Huge outs, because now you've got 2 away and runners at first and second. But again, just try and make sure you don't make a mistake to the hitter and just get out of the inning.
Well, so far he's had Nate Gunderson's number. He's fanned him twice. And would love to do so here and get out of the inning with no damage. Just one foul back to the backstop. Late innings of a opening round tournament games, double elimination. So win or lose, both teams will play tomorrow, but certainly want to increase their odds in the tournament by staying undefeated as long as possible.
Yeah, you want to get that opening round win.
If you can win 3 straight, your life is very good.
No question.
Win 1 and 2. If you lose game number 1, or if you lose game number 2, I think you have to win 5 in order to get back all the way through. That didn't miss by much. Good take by Gunderson. 1-1.
Helmet almost fits him.
This one back out of play. 1-2.
Yeah, he gets the hitter here in Gunderson, and that's a nice way to work out of a jam.
Inning started with an error and a single, and then a 3-0 count.
Cobb having a little.
But back-to-back pitches, a fly out and a pop out, and now up 1-2 to Nate Gunderson.
Having a little equipment issue.
Yep. That happens.
It does happen.
Got it figured out.
Sometimes
sure. the
strap on the back of the mask comes out.
Well, the screw part that clips into the strap comes apart, and that's got to be.
Check out Joe's YouTube video. He'll explain it all to you.
1-2, both runners going. Frozen on the off-speed pitch. Gunderson is struck out for the 3rd time. And great job by Peterson to get out of a sticky situation. This game's still tied midway through the 6th on CTN.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Back at the ballpark, Jackson Bates, Ryan Garlick, and Xander Parr, the scheduled hitters. A tie ball game.
We have some of the Blaine squad here looking at who they will play the winner of this game tomorrow at Blaine over at Paul Parkway.
Well, Rystrom, as we've talked about, he has been very solid over the last 4 innings after giving up 2 in the first.
Number 5, Jackson Bates.
Meat of the order due up for the Cardinals, and hoping they can feast on the pitcher later in the ballgame. Third look at him, of course. Jackson Bates reached on a runner interference play and then struck out He offers the bunt and nowhere close to the baseball. 0-1.
Yeah, looking to see if they can get a little small ball going to try and get that run as we're getting in the late innings. They'll take it any way they can get it if they can manufacture one.
Curveball hit high to right center. Plenty of time. Grebner is there. And there is one away.
A quick one away for the Huskies in the field.
Ryan Garlick singled right back through the middle his last time up. This one in the dirt. Good stop by Citran. Of course, means nothing with no one on base. 1-0.
Well, you talked about earlier that hitters aggressive early on in the pitch count.
Good fastball there will even the count.
Cardinals want to make Rystrom work here.
Well, Rystrom's been throwing a ton of strikes, just fastballs. He does mix in the changeup, and he's got a decent break pitch, but mostly just a lot of fastballs for strikes, challenging the Cardinals from the get-go. He's back ahead in the count here, 1-2. Called third strike. And 2 straight outs to start the inning for Rystrom.
You can see it there is
4th strikeout.
Garlick thought about it, but then watched it go by.
3 of the 4 have been called third strikes. Xander Parr, a ground out and a single. He's only been in the batter's box for 2 pitches. Officially his longest at bat of the afternoon comes here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Parr skies this one back out of play, 1-1. Garlick and Parr, both sophomores, earning their way into the everyday starting lineup for the Cardinals.
And what great experience for these young players to get all this varsity experience. Certainly will continue over into the summer after the high school season is over, but just gives them great opportunity to get some work.
Parr fouls it back, 1-2. Curveball, he waited on it and slapped it into left. It'll fall in front of Waddell, who went to a knee. Parr is going to dig and get in safely at second with 2 away. His second hit of the ball game.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting, and just Waddell just misplaying that ball in left field, allowing him to take an extra bag, and they hope that does not come back to harm him, but that could be a big error with 2 away and a runner in scoring position. You're going to see him just running past it or sliding past it.
Yeah, he'll reach on the single. But the choice to try and slide and not able to keep it in front of him by Waddell definitely allowed Parr to turn it on and get to second.
Again, in Rystrom's situation with 2 away, you have to just be concerned about that hitter at the plate.
Roll off a couple of ground outs. Would love to come up with some, and there it is. Solid single through the left side. Parr being waved home. The throw is there. The tag is as well. And Parr gunned down at home with what would have been a huge go-ahead run. What an exciting way to finish the 6th. We go to the 7th, all tied up. This is Section Baseball on CTN.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
There you have it. Low-scoring battle and a close play at the plate ends the 6th. Cardinals trying to push the go-ahead run across. Waddell, after misplaying the single and giving Parr at second base, guns him down on the play from left field on the just a couple of pitches later to keep this game tied. So Logan Severson and Bryce Peterson will swap spots. Peterson out at right and Severson taking the hill for the Cardinals. Here's another look at the call at home plate. Tough to tell from our viewpoint. You see the official definitely right there with the best view of anyone. And
I think he tagged it before he got to the plate. It's right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Yeah, good, very good call. Logan Severson comes in with a 1-3 record and a 5.16 earned run average as he takes the mound here.
Bottom third of the order due up here. And they're able to scratch out a run with a walk and a single back in the 5th that tied this ball game.
And this is really where, you want to help yourself as a pitcher with Rystrom at the plate.
Drops down well out of the zone. And it's 1-1.
Important batter. They want to get this first out here.
Good pitch right there, called a strike. A little bit of a groan from the Andover faithful.
Yeah, they didn't think
that
so.
That one just clipped a corner. Evens it up, and a big pitch for Severson. Bender in the dirt and skips to the backstop, full count. Fastball chopped and will be foul over in front of Adam Denicky. At least letting his guys get a lot of looks at Severson in this first at bat.
Oh, and that's key too. You got a new pitcher here. You want to see what he's offering.
Slaps the fastball foul.
Yeah, just protecting the plate, making sure that his at bat stays alive here. Doing a good job of that.
This one back up the middle, tough play, and it won't be a play. Right off the bag, out of the reach of both Roloff and Bates, and a leadoff single. Great at bat there for Gus Rystrom.
Yeah, really a nice at bat.
And Max Lindstrom will come on to run for him once again. Yeah, two really good quality at bats back to back after grounding out on the first thing he saw in his first time at the plate.
Parker Hines at the plate for the first time for Andover, looking for his first base hit of the season on the varsity level.
Interesting time to make this call.
Could be a secret weapon.
Greatest bunter in the league. He'll take it up high. Throw is there, and the tag is not. Bates can't believe it. Huge stolen base right there.
Big stolen base. Keeps him out of the double play situation. Take another look at it. It was a really nice throw. Oh, he beat the tag.
He's asking for help, and no, I didn't see it better than the guy that was right on top of it. Sorry. Oh, they were asking what the pitch was. It was a ball. As Hines stepped back from it. And now 1-0, an opportunity to bunt the go-ahead run over to third with only one out. Locking in way in. Pitch is down low. Copp able to get to it quickly as it got behind him. 2-0.
Well, and Severson has to be careful he doesn't let this situation get into his head.
Locking in down near on top of him. Great bunt, though. No chance for Severson to do anything else. And that's why he is their secret weapon. Smart, beautifully laid sacrifice.
Yeah, great baseball.
And you move that leadoff single all the way to third with only one out. Big swinging strike from Thomas Olson. RBI single his last time up.
Yeah, he had a good at bat his last time up. Now Copp gonna come out to the mound along with the infield mates. Talk to Severson here how he wants to offer the ball to Olson. You talked about runner at third and just one away here in the top of the seventh.
But make sure everybody's on the same page with that crucial go-ahead run standing just 90 feet away. This one fouled and 0-2.
A good situation now for Severson heading the count.
Infield way in. They wanted to cut that runner down. Lindstrom has speed, has the stolen base. Made it over to third on the sacrifice after coming in as a courtesy runner and a leadoff single by Rystrom. This one hit well to right. In on it to make the catch is Bryce Peterson, and that is a big second out.
Huge second out, as that ball wasn't hit that far. No opportunity for Lindstrom at third base to get an opportunity to tag and score.
And now Carson Sykes 0 for 3 comes up with 2 outs on that runner at third.
Now if you're going to break out of an 0 for 3 day, this is the time to do it.
Severson leaves it up high. Sykes leaves it alone. Fastball right there to even the count.
Nice pitch from Severson. And just a clutch pitch in this situation.
One slap. Great play by Bates. The throw not in time, though. And that'll be an RBI single. Jackson Bates, an absolutely Brilliant dive to his right. Unfortunately, cannot make the throw in time. And Sykes will be on. That will be a single. That would have been an outstanding play.
It would have been an unbelievable play, but just a great job of getting the leather on it. A solid shot to the hole, and he's able to hang on to that. It's a bit tough one. It's certainly not locking in the situation because that ball was down in the dirt. He hangs on to that. That's an out.
He never even got the glove on it. Hopped up, hit him in the shoulder. So a big 3-2 lead for Andover. Severson delivers to Waddell, and he swings hard but empty. Runner is going, pitch is outside, throw is there, wrong side of the base. Tag not in time. And Sykes steals his way into scoring position with 2 away. Waddell struck out twice, reached on an error last time up. 2 outs, runner at second. The Andover a newly acquired lead, 3-2.
Yeah, good time to get that first lead of the day in the top of the 7th and see if you can close it out.
Down in the dirt, good stop by Kopp. But a 3-1 count now to Waddell. Didn't miss by much, but it was high, ball 4. And the inning continues.
And Mossie's going to take a walk.
Nick Daney, a couple of hits in the ball game, is the next batter here with 2 away.
Well, and the Huskies try to see if they can open up their lead with 2 away with runners at first and second. That's a good call to take a walk to the mound and talk to your pitcher, settling down a little bit in a tough situation. You want to just get away and get out of this inning with just the 1 run, because you're going to put pressure on yourselves anyway in the bottom half of the 7th.
Number 9 hitter Logan Rotzine is the scheduled leadoff hitter, and then back to the top of the order for the Cardinals in the 7th, an inning in which they will need to respond.
Yes, they will.
Nick Dainty digs in. He wants to add to this Huskies lead here late in the ball game, and looks at a breaking pitch from Severson, strike 1. Dainty will step out.
That's an important
reset himself. Severson and Kopp taking some time getting on the same page. And now he comes set, ready to come to the plate. Another curveball. This one chopped left side. Rotzine charges, scoops, throws, inning over. But Andover gets 1. They've scored 3 in the last 4 innings, and now they lead going to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Cardinals have to answer. It's Section Baseball on CTN.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
So the Cardinals will bring in pitch hitter to start the 7th inning. Miles Taylor, limited at bats so far this year, but a kid who can hit the baseball a ton.
Yeah, just 5 at bats. Still looking for that first hit. Struck out a couple of times. Opportunity for Miles to see what he can do to start off this bottom half of the 7th. Cardinals, you mentioned, they have to do something here. Otherwise, it's to the elimination round.
Think about this, Howie. We've known his parents since before he was born.
Yep. Crazy.
And I'm trying to think about it. I think JT was currently at Andover when both the boys were born.
It's interesting.
Seems about the right
yeah,
time.
about the right time.
I'm trying to remember what year Andover was born, or was what year they opened. He was there 3 or 4 years at least with the girls' basketball program.
Yes, he was.
And now here's Miles coming in as the pinch hitter, try and get something started for the Cardinals. They trail 3-2. Rystrom will stay in. Curveball called a strike, going 1.
That was a pretty pitch, too.
Go back to it, and this one is back and not deep enough.
He gave that a ride.
As Grebner makes the play. And thought that was going to carry. He hit it hard.
He did hit it hard. I thought that one was going as well. But he did give that one a ride, just not far enough, as Grebner's able to get it right before the wall.
Logan Severson.
Logan Severson. Now the pitcher of record would love to not take the playoff loss. 1 for 3. He had a leadoff single in the first. Pretty good pitch right there from Rystrom. Gets him ahead 0-2, or 1-1. This one hit towards center. A long run again for Grebner. He makes it in time, and there's 2 down.
Cardinals just 1 out away from, I believe, coming back here tomorrow against St. Francis if they do not get it done here in the bottom of the 7th.
They were really hoping to go play the Blaine Bengals tomorrow.
They were.
But now just 1 out away from taking a loss in the first game of the double elimination tournament. Peterson reached base a couple of times. Curveball well out of the zone by the time it made it to home plate. 1 for 3 officially, but reached on an error. Takes the strike here, 1-1. Single his last time up. Curveball stayed way up out of the zone. Easy take that time from Peterson. Fastball up out of the zone, 3-1.
I haven't seen really anybody throwing for Andover.
Well, again, he has been very strong since that first inning. Through 21 pitches in the first inning, This is ball 4. Put Peterson on base. Since the first inning, he's only gone over 12 pitches one time.
It's impressive. I mean, he has been. He's, like we talked about earlier in this game, he looked like he was going to in for a rough outing after that first inning, but they were able to settle down, and he's really controlled this ball game for himself and his Huskies. Jack Arndt is going to be the courtesy runner again for Peterson.
Well, I don't know how that works, as Peterson has now moved to right field.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Oh, they're hoping to score 2. Looking for that 2-out rally.
Nick Lockinen, a couple of walks, struck out in the middle. Finds himself 0-1 with the tying run at first. Bottom of the 7th inning of this section game, and they're going to check on Arndt. He's back in plenty of time.
Well, Lockinen does have one home run on the season. This would be a wonderful time for get number 2.
Of course they're going to check the runner. Think they aren't?
Oh!
This one fouled back, out of play, full count. Or 0-1, sorry.
You're a punny guy.
That one just kind of worked out in my favor.
It did, but you caught it. You made it work. You worked it in. Proud of you.
A little pressure on the senior captain. Lockinen right back to the pitcher. Rystrom will take his time. Easy flip over to Enquist rather, and a huge come from behind upset for Andover, and keeps them as one of the 4 undefeated teams in this tournament.
Well, after a tough loss earlier in the season to the Cardinals in extra innings, they came back here, and just give them credit, and certainly give Gus Rystrom credit, because he kept those Cardinal hitters at bay. The Cards did out-hit Andover 8-5, but in the end it didn't matter. Andover put more runs on the board. And
the Cardinals got back-to-back singles with 2 outs in the 4th, did it again with 2 outs in the 5th, then had back-to-back singles to start the 6th, but the run was thrown out at the plate trying to score. Then that was out number 3, so they had tried 2-out rallies 3 times in the previous 3 innings, but Andover was strong.
Andover really was strong, and you mentioned they scored 3 runs in the last 4 innings to get the win.
So again, we believe that Coon Rapids, as the number 4 seed, will now host St. Francis or Duluth East. And Cambridge will take on the other. It will depend on the outcome of the 4th game, but the Cardinals should be back here Friday afternoon. And Andover moves on to Blaine. We'll see what we can do as far as continuing coverage of this spring season. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from Ken Sundstrom Field at the Cardinal Sports Complex. It's Andover 3, Coon Rapids 2. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howard Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.